In 2019, we had roaches. A really dishonest landlord placed me and my family, at that time it was just me, Adam, and baby AJ. A really dishonest landlord placed me and my family in this home that was relatively cheap rent-wise, but came with a lot of issues, such as bed bugs, roaches, and characters for neighbors. Living in this home started to define me. It changed the way I saw myself, and it made me look at my external reality and agree and say, well, this is what I must be worthy of. Feeling like I couldn't sleep in peace because my home was infested with bed bugs. Feeling like I could not truly cook the meals I wanted to because there were roaches in my kitchen. Feeling like I couldn't take my child outside because my neighbors were selling things and yelling at their significant others, all started to bleed into my self-concept. I didn't believe that I was a good mother, wife, or person. The energy of my external environment started to color the way that I saw myself, and it also subconsciously began to illustrate the future that I saw for myself. At the beginning of the pandemic, my little sister stepped in and she said, "You need to move. I'm moving to these apartments in Charlotte and I think you and Adam should apply." And I was so intimidated because the rent was 50% of our income and the apartments were very nice. So the apartments did not align with the self-perception that I had. Somehow, by the grace of God, we were accepted. Till this day, I do not understand how they accepted our application, but they did. And this is not financial advice. Do not call Dave Ramsey. Do not get Dave Ramsey on the line yelling at me. I will tell you right now, it was not a smart financial decision, but we never struggled. Thank God our income only increased and we were able to live relatively comfortably. But what was even more valuable than the physical apartment were the mental changes that came with the newness of the experience. I left an old version of me in that first apartment, a version of me that was small, a version of me that felt like she did not deserve to live comfortably and in peace. When I moved, I proved to myself that I was brave enough to take on a new challenge, and I proved to myself that I valued the lifestyle of my family and the life experience that we would have on a daily basis. And what's so funny is that a month after we moved, my first video went viral. When that happened, I truly understood that we can block our blessings by staying in certain energetic situations, because these energetic situations bleed into our self-concept. If what we're wanting to manifest determines a specific self-concept and our external environment does not align with that self-concept, it is going to be very, very difficult to pull that manifestation into our reality. It may even be impossible. That situation taught me that when we allow the old to be the old, we are creating space for newness, and in that space, God will work. Till this day, I still practice making space for the new, and I do this in very small ways on a daily basis so that I can make sure that I am consistently allowing God to work in my life and detaching from old versions of myself that no longer serve me. And that's what today's vlog is about.
Just know this is not. Yeah. This book AJ got from the library is fun. It's crazy. Crazy, man. And it was.
So the first thing that you want to do before you jump into creating space in your life is make a list. Sit back, think about what you would like shifted in your life, and then make a list that helps you accomplish that in a way that is productive but still obtainable. There have been things that I've been wanting to accomplish around my house for a couple of weeks now. Areas of my home that have started to feel stale and kind of like the energy is a bit stuck. So I'm going to look over my list and let you know what I want to accomplish today. So I have a couple of plants that I need to repot. I need to get a new tea kettle because we've been we've been using a kitchen pot to heat up water and just pouring boiling water everywhere. Some cleaning supplies because we're running low, some Swiffer fluid, and some coffee. I would also like to repot those plants, surface clean my kitchen, mop my home, sage and cleanse my home, and then plan the yoga flow that I'm teaching for tomorrow. This is just the list that I have for today, but I will definitely explain as we go through the day how each of these items is helping me add newness to my life and allowing me to create space while leaving behind old, dusty energy. No pun intended.
He's covering me.
Yeah. I'm good. How are you doing?
Any questions, just let us know.
Well, how do you like it?
Love it. We bought a historical old house. Historical old house. It's a historical renovation.
Dom, D-O-M.
D-O-M. Yeah. Great, that's ready for you. Do you need a bag or anything?
No, I think
You're
I'm
good like
okay.
that? Yeah. And it's on a card. Great.
But yeah, I think
On the plants.
did you already find the tea kettle?
Not yet. No.
Quick 12, 17 off.
Hey, it's Dominique, just editing from the future. So while I was editing, I realized that the tea kettle we replaced, my mom actually got for us when we moved into the home that I was talking about in the intro with the roaches and the bed bugs. My mom got that tea kettle for us when we moved into that place. And I'm gonna let my husband explain the cool thing about getting rid of that tea kettle and getting the new one. Can you say again what you said about the new tea kettle?
The new one, yeah, it fits the kitchen. It matches the aesthetic wise. She's on her way to school. Yeah, it matches the aesthetic. Matches
Yes.
the refrigerator, the trash can.
Look at this old picture of the old tea kettle in our old kitchen. Look how much it goes
Oh wow.
with the vibe
Oh,
of
snap.
the old
It really
place.
did.
The metaphysical is wild.
We made it work, but no, it definitely fit the aesthetic of
The old
kitchen.
place.
Yeah, definitely did.
So I picked up a couple of white shirts and a white leotard from Target because another way to invite newness into your life is to change things up in your wardrobe. And I wear so much black and I want to start inviting more white and light into my life. So I'm going to start wearing more lighter colored pieces. So I got some white apparel today. I'm kind of nervous because I wear makeup a lot. Or not a lot, but often. And well, you know, if you're a black girl, you know the white shirt struggle. But I'm optimistic. I'm not gonna let that stop me from trying. I'm excited. So yeah, just some baby steps. White leotard, white t-shirt, and then a white cropped tank. Just things I can throw on over a sports bra or with some leggings for yoga. So a little bit of a sad plant story. I had two plants that I loved very dearly, and I used to keep them over here in kind of this soft light built-in bookshelf situation that this house has, and they were thriving and they did so well. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna move the plants over here on the little banister ledge, and you know, over here it's direct sunlight from both windows, and I didn't think that was a problem. But as time went on, the plants really started to suffer, and I was just like, what's happening, and I thought maybe it was the direct sunlight, but I just kept them there, and I just kept, you know, watering them and checking the soil and going with their watering schedule, or not really their schedule. When the soil would dry out, I would rewater them. But what was actually happening was I had the plants too close to my lamp, and every night I had my lamp on from the time, and it's winter, right? So like from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. I have this lamp on, and my plants are like right near it, right underneath it. And it's like an LED lamp, and I think I killed my plants, and it's very sad. So to move forward, to bring in some more new, I'm gonna go ahead and replace those plants. I've mourned them long enough. It's been like a month since they've departed. So one plant that I am replacing is my coin plant. I went ahead and bought another one. I'm really sad because the original one I had, my friend Tess, she has been on the channel before, she got it for me for my birthday, and I killed it. It makes my heart hurt, but we forgive ourselves and we move forward. So I got another coin plant, and I had it in this pot, but I actually think that I'm going to put it in a smaller pot, just in case it had too much soil, and that's why the roots weren't getting enough moisture. Maybe, we're gonna try that out. And then I bought this plant. I'm not really sure what kind it is, but it's nice and viney. I don't know. If you know what kind it is, go ahead and comment. Let me know. It's very pretty. So I'm gonna put this one, I'm actually going to put this one in here where the coin plant was. And then I'm gonna just throw this pot out because I got it from Walmart a while ago, and I spray painted it so that it could be this color. And now like the paint's starting to peel off and get kind of gross. So sometimes welcoming in new energy means knowing when to let things go and when to throw things away. So I'm gonna actually get rid of this pot. I love replanting pots. I'm gonna go ahead and put on the sermon that we were listening to in the car and listen to that while I change these pots over and put them in their new home.
Give him the bits of those.
Yeah.
Please don't talk with your mouth full. This is mom, and this is good food. I like it. This is mom. She has a hat. Now mine.
You wanna put my hat on? Put them on backwards.
Gazelle, cute. Good job.
Thank you.
Hat.
So I have not wiped this kitchen down in like 2 or 3 weeks. It has been far too long. Far too long. I clean the countertops every night, but the cabinets have not been wiped down. The stove, like the area behind the stove, hasn't been wiped down. I haven't like taken everything off the countertops to completely clean it. So I'm gonna do that today so I can make sure that I get any like hidden gunk and gross stuff off the counters. I don't want it anymore. I don't want it anymore. After I wipe down the countertops, I'm going to mop the floors so I can have clean floors. And then after I mop the floors, we're gonna stop wearing shoes in the house.
That's right.
Today is the last day.
Last day.
Especially because it's gonna be spring and it's gonna start getting muddy
It's
out.
gonna be muddy, it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be...
No more. Shoes stay in the garage
Right.
or near the front
Near
door.
the front.
If you guys see us wearing shoes inside, comment.
Call us out.
Call us out. Hold us accountable.
You said you won't can wear shoes anymore.
You see these floors? These are clean floors, okay? I am so glad I was finally able to mop my home and to clean my cabinets and to clean my kitchen. It feels so good. But as you may know, or maybe you don't, depends on your own ritual, my home is not clean until I have cleansed the air. I love cleansing my home. I have not cleansed my home in months. I don't know what's been going on. I think that just the hubbub of the new year, and I think we've talked about this in a couple of videos. It was my birthday, then Thanksgiving, then Christmas, then Olivia's birthday, and then it just felt like everything kind of ramped up. I have not cleansed my home in a few months, which means that there's a bunch of stale energy in here. So I think that the best way I can explain the process of cleansing is using any type of air humidifier, or I do use my air humidifiers often. So it might not have been as long as I just said, but it's definitely been like a month or so. But anyway, using either air humidifiers or sage or Palo Santo, you can release fresh air into your home, open up some windows to get the stale air out, and just to get some more oxygen circulating in your home. Now, if from a spiritual aspect, I will say that cleansing is so important because for me, it's going to be different for everybody, okay? But for me, when I cleanse and whether I use Palo Santo or whether I sage, I am saying to God, I have done the work to figure out my vibrational preference, and now I am surrendering. I am cleansing out the old parts of myself, my old situations, my old energy, and I'm making space for God to work inside my home. I'm completely surrendering the old. Do with it what you will. Because in my experience manifesting, if we determine the vibration that we want to experience, we will experience just that, but we can't always predict exactly how that will manifest. So for me, cleansing is an act of surrender. I've done the work. I know how I want to feel. God, I'm ready. You do the rest. So I'm going to go ahead and put some lavender oil in my humidifiers and to get my Palo Santo and cleanse the rooms in my home.
Jump it, man, jump it. Yeah.
I'm gonna give all the yogis out there a little pro tip. If you create a yoga sequence centered around the vibration that you would like to curate in your life, you're practicing that vibration for 40 minutes to an hour a day, depending on how long you practice. So I am creating my class that I'm going to teach tomorrow, and I'm going to work on incorporating feelings of openness and vulnerability, and then ultimately safety within that vulnerability. So there will be a lot of hip stuff, a lot of stillness, a lot of silence tomorrow. I'm very, very excited. Even if you're not a yogi, there are so many ways that you can practice energy manipulation with your movement. The way that you walk, the way that you carry yourself. If you live with someone, or like a romantic partner, or even a roommate or a best friend, noticing the intention within your body when you go to talk to them and you stand in the same space with them. I think it all really just comes back to awareness and being present of the energy that's circulating through our body when we're moving around. The beauty of yoga, though, is that it kind of forces you to be aware of your movement. And I think that's why so many people don't like yoga in the beginning, because they're learning how disconnected they are from their body. But that's the first step, right? So we have more yoga classes coming. Like I keep saying, I feel like I keep alluding to this. I will tell you guys the whole story when we have it figured out, but Adam and I are going through a transition. But when this transition is all settled, I will be doing 2 classes a month every other week, and they'll be Fridays at 6. But I cannot announce the dates until everything has settled. So please make sure that you're checking the Patreon and that you have notifications turned on for the Patreon, because we will be doing yoga classes twice a month. I'm bumping it up a little bit. But yeah, so whether you do yoga or whether you are just learning how to be more in tune with your body, pay attention to the energy that you are emitting through your movement, right? The way you walk, the way you hold yourself, your posture. I even use my hands a lot when I speak, and I try to be aware of the energy that's going out through my hands. I even notice that when I teach, I kind of cue the breath with my fingers, and I conduct, rather, that's a better word. I conduct the breath with my hands. It's very interesting the way that we manipulate energy with our bodies without even knowing it. It's like a subconscious thing that we've probably been doing since the dawn of time. So many mysteries. I am going to get back to planning tomorrow's class, but I do hope that you were able to take something away from this video. If you have any questions about how to invite in new energy by cleansing your internal and external reality of old energy, make sure that you leave a comment. Also, make sure that you like this video so other people on the internet know that it's cool and that they should check it out. Again, thank you so much for watching. I will never take your attention or your energy for granted. I will see you next time. Bye.